One of the criminology school of thoughts that we are going to talk about here in RCJ4TV. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe so I can always notify you every time I have new uploads. Thank you.
Okay, let's start!
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about criminology school of thoughts. So let's first define school of thoughts. A school of thought or intellectual tradition is the perspective of a group of people who share common characteristics of opinion or outlook of a philosophy, discipline, belief, social movement, economics, cultural movement, or art movement, or set of ideas or opinions about a matter that are shared by a group of people. In short, school of thought is a set of ideas and opinion from different groups of people who studied particular area in different branch or phases of learnings. And today, in area of criminology, we have 7 school of thoughts that we may discuss. First is the demonological school. Demonology is one of the earliest theories in criminology. In the ancient times, people believed that evil spirits or demons entered the human soul and made people commit sins. This was the earliest explanation given regarding crime and criminal behavior. Anyways, demonology is very obsolete studies in a way of understanding how people committing a crime or having a criminal behavior. It may not apply maybe in modern way of detecting criminal and their behavior. But now in our generations, we have now psychology, psychiatry, sociology, and physiology that may also relate it in the field of criminology and etc. that helps to understand and interprets the behaviors of human, especially in some defects of having criminal behavior. Now the question is, if demonology is obsolete, can you say it the same thing? That the demons are not real? The answer is no. They are not the same, because criminology now is based on laws, technicalities about human perspective and applied science, and science does not meet the reality that demons are reals, because science does not believe in every supernatural phenomenon. Therefore, the existence of demons and concept of God are true, based on the religious side of educational learning, wisdom, and faith. Next is the classical school. In criminal law, it is called as juristic theory. The classical school of thought was premised on the idea that people have free will in making decisions, and that punishment can be a deterrent for crime, so long as the punishment is proportional, fits the crime, and is carried out promptly. Therefore, the basis of having criminality under this study is about the human free will, and the focus of penalty is based on idea of deterrence theory and retributive justice. Under this criminological school of thoughts, the Criminality and Crime Commission is acceptable in all types of circumstances. Example, an impaired or insane woman killed her husband, or a minor who tried to rape his female friend, or a little boy who put a poison on food of his gaming buddy resulting to his immediately death. Under this school of thought, they are all liable to punish from a crime that they're committed. But why? Because classical school of thoughts is no boundaries and classification of acts of people who committed a crime. Even that the person is insane, minor, or a child, as long as it committed a crime, they are labeled as criminals under this school of thoughts. And that is because classical school is based on the human free will, like what we said before. Next is the neoclassical school of thoughts. Neoclassical theory expands on the classical school of criminology by looking at the individual who commits crime. By looking at the individual and their crime-specific choices, neoclassical theorists hope to deter future crimes by increasing the consequences for similar crimes in order to deter more potential offenders. Neoclassical school modified the doctrine of free will by stating that free will of men may be affected by other factors and crime is committed due to some compelling reasons that prevail. These causes are pathology, incompetence, insanity, or any condition that will make it impossible for the individual to exercise free will entirely. In the study of legal provisions, this is termed as either mitigating or exempting circumstances. Example: the insane woman has no or lack of capacity to perform all acts of free will, because if a person has suffered from insanity, it is difficult for them to think straight and manage morality. So how the law punish this kind of individual? The penalty may be applied to the individual suffering from insanity is deterrent because of mental condition. Anyways, if you are interested, I have made some topics about legal provisions of crimes and circumstances in Tagalog version. I will put the link on the description box so you can watch it if you want it. Thank you. Next is Positivist School of Thought. So what is Positivist School? A man is subdued occasionally by a strange and morbid phenomenon which can strain him to do wrong. This school of thought's focus to the individual who committed a crime, and the criminality is relying to scientific proof or fact, such biological, sociological, and psychological. Anyways, positivist perspective in criminology looks to internal or external influences on individuals as the primary cause of criminal behavior. Most attempts to explain crime over the last century have examined social factors as causes. The positivist school of thoughts is making or creating relationship between criminal behavior and sociological traits of the offender, or maybe in psychologically. Okay, let's make an example. In biological positivism, the first thing to be considered is the individual characteristics based on genetic dispositions. The logical basis of this study can see through our naked eye. Example: the son have a resemblance of his biological father, or maybe some physical characteristics is related, or from his mother. Next is, in sociological positivism. Sociological positivism is a school of criminological thought which suggests that societal factors, such as low levels of education, poverty, and negative subculture influences, within an individual's environment or surrounding social or cultural structure could predispose that individual to crime. Example: the lack of parental counseling or care may link the individual to sub-quality of making things that he or she feels more valuable. That factor of having lack of parental counseling to individual is actually affecting her decision-making in life, and they can possibly involve in many subcultures that is actually contradicting the social norms. And lastly, in the area of the psychological positivism. Psychological positivism concentrates on all of the mental aspects of why an individual commits a crime, and associates it with their intelligence, personality, learning, and criminal behavior. Therefore, the positivist school is trying to establish an empirical facts in the area of biology, sociology, and psychology. Next is the Lacassagne School of Thoughts. According to Alexander Lacassagne, the founder of this school of thoughts, that criminality was influenced more by social factors than hereditary ones. He would determine his own categories concerning criminality: thought, act, and instinctual. He stated, "The social environment is the breeding ground of criminality. The germ is the criminal, an element which has no importance until the day where it finds the broth which makes it ferment." Historically, Alexander Lacassagne is a rival of Cesare Lombroso, creating the Lacassagne School of Criminology in Lyon, France. Alexandre Lacassagne was a contemporary and rival of Cesare Lombroso, who came to crime and psychology through his work as a physician. Lombroso's theories were disapproved throughout Europe, especially in schools of medicine, notably by Alexandre Lacassagne in France. Therefore, positivist school today may be obsolete or irrelevant in some cases, because of inherently factors, and it will be categorized in pseudoscience. The other criticisms are that the positivist school inappropriately uses valid scientific ideas to further its claims. Next is the geographic or cartographic school of thoughts. The cartographic school used maps and statistics to study the relationship between crime and environmental social factors. It examined crime patterns in different areas and time periods. In a simple way of explanation, this school of thought is based on the environmental social factors, or may concern to the peak of climate pertaining to geography. They used the statistic of crime rate and labeled it by season. Anyways, we have climate, and geographic approach that crime statistic is based. It is called the thermic law, with the interconnection to equatorial regions. Okay, let's make an example. In thermic law, the violent crimes were more common in hotter climates and seasons. However, the crimes against property were more frequent in colder climate season. If you are near at the equator, temperatures in most places are generally warm with high humidity for the whole year. Many areas near the equator also have a rainy season. Many tropical forests thrive around the equator because the equator is the area of the Earth that receives the most direct sunlight throughout the year. So in cartographic school, you will notice the crime rate in particular areas is based on the weather season and climate change. And last but not the least, the Chicago School. The Chicago School is best known for its urban sociology and for the development of the symbolic interactionist approach, notably through the work of Herbert Blumer. It has focused on human behavior as shaped by social structures and physical environmental factors, rather than genetic and personal characteristics. Meaning, Chicago School of Thoughts is based oftenly on the switching of social environment and structure. Chicago School may found that the frequent changes of environment and social structure in places are subjective factors on how the individual is involved with criminality. Maybe we will end our video right here. And thank you to all who have watched and listened to our topic that we discussed today. I hope you have learned something about from what we have talked about. And thank you, and see you on the next episode. Goodbye. Hello, my friend. Did you like this episode? If yes, I say thank you so much for you, and if you want more videos like this, just subscribe, follow, like and share my YouTube channel and page so I can always notify you whenever I have new uploads. And yes, the time is over, let me end this video here. So, once again, thank you so much, and God bless you all. RCJ4, peace out.